From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Friday, August the 11th, 2017. Israel's security agency, the Shin Bet, said 5 Palestinians were arrested in the West Bank yesterday, quote, suspected of being involved in terrorism, with Israel's Channel 10 reporting that the 5 were on their way to carry out a terror attack in Jerusalem. The Shin Bet said it could not confirm that part of the story. The 5 were arrested in the West Bank village of Izaria in a joint operation with the IDF and Israel police. They were taken into custody for further questioning. The Shin Bet also revealed information today about an arrest made last month of 2 Arab-Israeli brothers on suspicion that they were hoping to join the Islamic State terror group. Mahmoud and Naim Abed al-Karim Qasem Jabarin were indicted today. A gag order that had been placed on the case was lifted with the formal charges filed. The 2 are thought to have had contact with an ISIS recruiter, and one of them was planning to travel to Syria in order to join the terror group. The Shin Bet said in a statement that it views Israelis who support the Islamic State organization as a serious security threat, especially those who are in contact with organization operatives and desire to fight in its ranks, saying that they would continue to monitor suspects and take the necessary enforcement measures to prevent ISIS ideology from being spread in Israel. Israel will join Jordan and the Palestinian Authority for a joint emergency services drill this fall. The first of its kind operation is called the Middle East Forest Fire Exercise. It will also include rescue teams from Italy, France, Spain, and Croatia, and will run from October the 22nd through the 26th in Israel and in Jordan. Dozens of Jewish headstones stolen by the Nazis were discovered by researchers at the site of what is considered the largest single-act mass murder of Jews during the Holocaust. Over 50,000 Jews were among those murdered at Babi Yar in Ukraine in September of 1941. Head of the Babi Yar Holocaust Memorial Center, Marek Sivits, said the tombstones were removed from a local Jewish cemetery in Kiev during the Holocaust and thrown into the same ravines where over 150,000 Jews, Roma people, and Ukrainians were murdered. The tombstones are now being restored, and Israel Hayom reported that they will be presented as part of a ceremony on September the 29th of this year, marking the 76th anniversary of the horrific massacre. The Israeli man said to be the world's oldest living man has died. 113-year-old Yisrael Kristall was born in Poland in 1903 and deported to the Auschwitz death camp in 1944, where his wife was murdered. He survived, remarried, and emigrated to Israel in 1950, settling in Haifa, where he started a family. In October of last year, Kristall celebrated his bar mitzvah since he was unable to do so as a teen. He died today, just a month shy of his 114th birthday, and is survived by 2 children and numerous grandchildren and great-grandchildren. He was recognized by Guinness World Records last year when he said that he didn't know the secret for long life. Kristall said, "There have been smarter, stronger, and better-looking men than me who are no longer alive. All that is left for us to do is to keep on working as hard as we can and rebuild what is lost." The Jewish Daily Forward published an op-ed yesterday by New York Senator Kirsten Gillibrand, clarifying her stance on her recent withdrawal of support, as reported to you, for a bill against the BDS, Boycott, Divestment, and Sanctions movement, for which she has faced criticism. Gillibrand writes that her position on Israel has not changed, but that she had to reconsider the Anti-Boycott Act after concerns were raised regarding possible infringement on First Amendment rights. She writes, "My record makes it clear that I am one of the strongest and most consistent supporters of Israel in the Senate," adding, "I vehemently oppose the BDS movement, which too often is used as a pernicious vehicle for anti-Semitism. I would never support it." Gillibrand said there should never have to be a choice between supporting Israel and supporting the First Amendment, and that the bill as written is too ambiguous and needs to be rewritten more clearly. Turning now to some sports news, 18-year-old Israeli-born Canadian tennis player Denis Shapovalov has advanced in the Rogers Cup, defeating top-seeded tennis champ Rafael Nadal. Shapovalov is the second youngest player to beat Nadal. He was born in Tel Aviv to a Russian Catholic mother and Jewish father and moved to Canada with his family as a baby. Tonight, he faces France's Adrian Manarino. The Rogers Cup concludes this Sunday in Montreal. And taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Friday, August the 11th, live Shabbat services are coming up at New York City's Central Synagogue, followed by a musical performance from the Krakow Jewish Festival. At 8, Dov Seidman speaks at the 92nd Street Y, and at 9, the film Faith and Fate, followed by Musica at 10:30 with Israeli singer-songwriter Rona Kenan. And coming up right after this newscast, Rabbi Shlomo Riskin looks at this week's Torah portion. And that's the JBS News Update for Friday, August the 11th, 2017. I'm Teisha Bader. Shabbat Shalom.